Hey guys, Mzansi Students Informed is back here. So ready to serve and deliver. Hope you guys are good. Today is Sibek and we still on the same biggest issue in Mzansi. As you guys know, a story that is still trending, and I think it will trend for about years to come. Yeah, because it's a film, it's a movie. So we still on the issue of Bester and his accomplice slash lover, Dr. Nandipa. So the last episode that we did, we just touched on it was like a foundation of the story. So, it's growing. It's this after that and this and this. So now it's been discovered that the Ben's body was of Katleho, a 31 years old guy. Yeah. So now, thing is that his body was found bent in Bester's cell. But now, according to the pathologist, Ngazati, his head was struck, and then that's how was shown. So, and then I don't know how it got to a point when then now apparently it's like he was murdered, and then after being murdered, then they took his body to the cell, and that's how the whole escape thing happened. Yo, it's so sad because now apparently the father of Ukatleho has asked Bester along with his accomplice Unandipa to repent and seek God's shame. The guy is a believer, because I do not think that at a time like this, during such tragedy, because now it's reported Uguti Katleho's mother received the call from the police saying Melazo confirmed DNA. And then that time they didn't tell her anything to do with what is it about. Then he went and then they confirmed, and then I think she was called in to do a second one. Then she did the second one, and then that's only when they told Umama Wuti we needed to confirm Wuti ingane yakho is the one owashone lapha kuyisele yaBester. Yeah, so sad, very sad. So now, because his story that the parents received is that Ukatleho overdosed on drugs, and then he collapsed in town, and then he was taken to hospital where he then died, and then he was taken to a government mortuary. Yeah, so that was the story his family received, and that was when Indodana Yabo disappeared. And then now recently sebethole indaba zokuthi come in, we want to confirm DNA. Yo, it's a tragedy, guys. It's really sad. So another news is that this thing, the clinic that Nandip has been running, that we all know that Unandip has been famous for, they've been laundering money through the same clinic that Unandip has been running. So can you guys see what Unandip is not innocent on any of this, and that also she knows something about. It's like she knew and she knows. So it's not a thing she was blindsided or something. No. And then the news is that Ugel is willing, like already spilling beans. So now the thing with me is that is it because she's just given up, or she can see izinto are just, it's just the end of things. There's no way she's gonna get out of this. And then I also have a thing girl, because apparently she's told the police officials, the investigators, one, they must keep her father out of all of this, because his father knew nothing and knows nothing, and the father didn't even know who Bester is, and he didn't know who Bester at all. That's one thing that she's saying. And then the father had nothing to do with Bester's shenanigans and stuff like that. So that's the first thing that she's saying. They must keep my father out of this. And then also Ugeli is like saying, let Thabo speak first and say everything that he has to say, and then Mina, I'll speak after. What does that tell you? One, I think she's waiting to hear Uti again. Is Thabo gonna throw me under the bus? And then if he does, let me just hear what he says first, then I'll just throw the guy under the bus. It could be that Mhlampe wants to, I think she also wants to go for this thing of being a victim, because Mhlampe she's hoping then she'll turn a state witness if they buy stories. If Mhlampe she tells all of it, then Mhlampe she'll turn state witness. Yeah, but I just believe in all of this. We'll never hear what we want to hear. We'll just hear logo abasitshela kona at the end of the day. And then also, apparently the two of them, Dr. Nandipa and Bester, they're going to be taken to their rented mansion, should have the bay renter somewhere in Johannesburg, to like indicate whereabouts in that mansion they buried the two bodies of the helper and the gardener who apparently went missing. So seemingly the bodies were buried in that yard. And the news is that this mansion now is being open for renting. Imagine, because okay, apparently it belongs to someone else, and we understand it's a business for the owner. But now, who's going to go and rent the same place that those two have been living at, and also knowingly that there's been two bodies that have been buried in the same yard? Imagine. So, and we're afraid of spirits and stuff. Yeah, that's a hard one. So that's another story. And then, Dr. Nandipa's awaiting bail hearing, I think on the 4th. Yeah. And also there's a close guy that grew up no Bester, Thabo. Apparently the guy, so I just want to give you guys the same idea that I have, but it's just an opinion. Apparently this guy is like grew up with Thabo, and then according to him, it's that Thabo has always been like a fraudster growing up. He's always been a fraudster, but in everything that he did, Thabo was never like a rapist type. He was never the type to rape and all those kind of things. So now the thing that's also brewing is that Thabo was before arrested for fraud and stuff, but then it's a thing of apparently there's a politician that's involved. A politician's child raped and murdered someone, and then Thabo was taken in just to cover up, like to take her for this politician's son. So that's how he got mixed up in all of this. There's also another story that we have no idea if it's true or what. But yeah, guys, that's it. So far, I would like you guys to just like, comment, anything that you want to say, ideas. Our comment section is open, and do not forget to subscribe. Ciao.